BJ from Game Gumbo. I've got my guest here, the Brandt from the Right Brain Rollers podcast. And the Brandt, you have already played a game from one of a design team that I think the world of. And I'm totally jealous. How have you already gotten a chance to play Bardwood Grove? Tell us about it.
Yeah, so I'm lucky enough that the designer, Carl Van Ostend, lives right near me, and he had a pre-production copy. He wanted me to make sure to let people know that it's coming out. It's not out yet, so the copy I was playing, things aren't available, but it's rolling and whatnot. And Bardwood Grove has an incredible theme. So you are bards, in a forest town, and there are monsters that are attacking, and your job is to go out and sing and play as best you can for them and soothe their souls, because music soothes the savage beast. And then they will walk away happily soothed by your bongos and your saxophone and your singing, because there's a whole variety of bards that you can play. And as humorous as that is, this is a solid midweight Euro game. Like, that's what it is. It's a strategy game through and through. So the argument is whether it's a deck builder or not. So you have a deck on your player board. It's just to the right of the character there. And you'll draw 2 cards actually on your off turn, is what you'll do. And so that way you're making your decision on other players' turns. And then when it comes to your turn, you're going to pick one of those cards to play, and you're going to pick one to kind of discard up above, and you take the bottom action. So this card here is your character card. You can collect badges from other players by challenging them to bard-offs, by sing-offs, or music challenges, and you can collect their badges. And as well as people will drop their badges either on enemies, or they'll drop them at the bank. You can drop off your badges, and as you collect other players' badges, you can use those. So, yeah, when you discard, what happens is you will receive 2 things. So first, you're going to gain volume, which is that pink thing with the musical note on it.
Oh, okay.
So you're going to increase your volume, as well as you're going to turn your little hobbit door there. And that part's cool because it's a magnetic door, the blue door in the lower left. It's a magnetic door, and it spins around like a turntable. So it's like a DJ table or like a record.
You can go, whoop, whoop, whoop,
whoop,
whoop,
well, it doesn't make the noise, but you can make the noise. And so you turn that table, and that's going to determine your movement points for the turn. And then you move around the town. Now,
and that's the board we see at the top of the screen?
Yeah, the town is the one at the top. And you're going to add a card to your song. And when the door turns all the way around, that's a turn where you sing. So most turns, or some turns, you're just going to add to your song, and you're going to move around town. You're not spending any of your resources. When you finally sing your song, you're going to pick up all those cards that you played, and you're going to collect the various resources from them. Some of them you can spend volume to get bonus resources. And you're going to get, the main 2 resources you're going to get is melody and lyrics. And so you can spend melody to soothe animals. You can spend melody to gain upgrades. And you can spend lyrics to, like, go to competitions or play in local pubs or whatever they might be. And you get victory points and things as you do that. In addition, you can buy more cards to go in your deck. Now, what's really cool about the deck building, when you sing at a pub, you gain a super fan. So you get another fan that goes in your deck. So what's really neat is you have cards that are specifically like for your song, and then you have a lot of bonus cards. You have the super fan cards, and you have kind of those blue bonus cards that are, you'll see of the decks, 2 of them are blue. When you draw those cards, they just immediately give you their bonus, and you get to draw another card. So as you're building your deck, you can build an engine that just lets you keep drawing cards and placing more and more. So it's a deck builder, yes, but it's also an engine builder in that you're trying to add cards that are basically free to draw each time. You go through, there's 2 sets. There's kind of like a first set of actions and a second set of actions, and each one has a pool of victory point tokens, which are the kind of those crystals that we see in a lot of games. When the first set runs out, you're basically halfway through the game, and you get another thing you can do. Like in ours, we could start yodeling. So there was a yodel competition that we could participate in. And when the second set of crystals runs out, that will trigger the end of the game. And then players will kind of all get a turn. The player who ended the game gets bonus points. Everybody else gets a swan song. They get their final turn. They get to just sing, whether their door moves all the way around. And then players add up their points. And there's also like a little traveling track. You can go on voyages. So it's almost like you're going on tour. And there'll be bonuses for how many cards you have in your deck, or did you collect animals, or like sing to enough animals. And there's a variety of things you can do. And so, again, there's a lot of humor in the game, but there's a lot of strategy too. And there's a lot of different bards you can play, and all the bards cards are asymmetric.
The bards cards. There's a couple of big questions here, though.
Yeah.
How do you compare it to Merchant's Cove? Is because it's got kind of that look. It's got the same design team. It's got the same production team. Doesn't sound like it has anything to do with it.
No, it's apples and oranges. There's nothing to compare them other than designers and design team.
What about the characters that supposedly can transfer over to Merchant's Cove?
I don't know anything about that. I haven't had a chance to see what that is, so I don't know how that works exactly. But because that would mean the characters would have. Is there a bard character in Merchant's Cove?
There's not, but you can play it from here.
Okay, so I'm going to guess. I really don't know. But there must be a single bard that has a mechanism for Merchant's Cove, as opposed to, I assume it's not all the bards that are in here. I know there's boxes you can unlock. I think we saw those in one of the pictures, and it adds mechanisms. And I don't know if I spoiled that it adds bards.
Man, Steve, I am 0 for 2 on my questions here with the Brandt. You got any questions about Bardwood?
No. This is an interesting idea. I've been paying attention to the chat. And
I'm ignoring that.
I've been laughing along with Evan. I might not be the best bard, but I am the loudest.
I am. I'm personally ignoring Dougal right now. So
well, yeah, there's that too. But the idea that this could be the soothing sounds of the bongos.
Yeah, that is funny. What did he want to know? Evan wanted to know any minstrels, troubadours, or scalds in this game. I'm not sure what a scald is, but
not by title. But I'm sure if you don't want to call yourself a bard, you could say you're a minstrel instead, and play along happily. But
so Mick's interested. We might be seeing that on the back shelf if he can slide that one past Starla for the acquisitions of the month. You never know.
There you go.
Might see that in the video. So we did have someone in the gumbo backed it, if I remember right. I think it's Barnes. So I'm telling you, I can't wait till it comes in. It's on track as far as you know for so it's all still in development and going down.